The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop Motivated Apparel and grab yourself some Motivated Apparel today. Yo, what up, world? What it do? Hey, man, welcome to another Blueprint to Success podcast. I'm your host, it's your boy, Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator. And once again, I'm joined together tonight with my co-host, my brother from another mother. Y'all give it up for Alxndr Hall, man.
Please cut it out. Yo, what's up? Bro? What's going on? Hey, you know what? Hey.
We love you, Alxndr. We love you too.
I love you. Yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. You stupid. Hey, that's so hard though. That's all hard.
What that? Slow motion.
Slow motion, yeah. That's slow motion. Yeah.
Hey, shout out, I love you too.
For sure, man. You know you gotta show love, man. You know.
Yeah, y'all gotta check that out. Slow Motion by Dub and Alxndr on the Life After Death. Hey, man, we excited tonight. We excited once again, man. Thank y'all for joining us. And also, y'all know, join together. Also, man, my co-host, my brother from the same mother, man. Y'all give it up for Boy Wonda.
Yo, what up, man? Yo, big bag, hey, dog.
Big bag, big bag,
dog, big bag. What's up,
made my pants sad, big bag. Get it to my dad, big bag. Get it to my bros, big bag. Show a little love, big bag. Okay.
A little love about hanging out with you know how y'all drop a song quick.
In a minute.
Hey, man. Big bag.
You gotta love it.
What's up?
This has been
It was good, man. How y'all week going, man?
You wanna go, bro?
Yeah, my week is
This joke was cheesy, boy.
Hey, I know what he think about, but I ain't gonna say it on camera.
Oh man, so yeah, my week is
Oh,
let's chill, man.
Hey, you see that Kodak Black interview to my? You think it should look you Kodak? I hope so.
You stupid, man. You so stupid. You so stupid. You so stupid, man.
he got no sense.
I know that smile.
You stupid. I can't with y'all. I cannot do this with y'all today, man. I can't.
We love you, dog.
And this is why. This is why when you got older homies, when you got older brothers, they gonna always do it to you. But yeah, my week been good, you know. My week been good. Like
Sweet.
it's been it's been good, bro. I can't lie, it's been good. But I had some moments this week. Had some moments, a lot of people have been experiencing death in their family. So for some reason we'll be talking, and then one of my coworkers, she came to me. She's like, "Hey, I just saw her in the hallway." I said, "What's going on? You straight?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm straight. I've been kind of irritable at work." And I said, "What's going on?" She was like, "My mom passed like 3 or 4 weeks ago." Blah blah blah. And she was like, "I don't know what stage I'm in right now," and stuff like that. So, death has a sting, bro.
It does, bro.
But
it's a nasty sting too. It don't go away.
And but other than that, though, it's been good. It's been good week. Talked to Diamond, you know what I'm saying? So we got some stuff. We still working on it. My man Howard Campbell, he working. Shouts out to HD, but really creative. Working with me on some stuff. So that's it, bro. Just keeping focused, bro. Just keeping focused.
Big facts, big facts. It's been a good week. It's been definitely inclining, definitely. Got an audition tomorrow, so tomorrow
That's good.
morning. So that's gonna be dope for a movie. So hopefully the audition go well and everything pan out and go through the cold read as well and kind of display a character, whatever they looking for, and just kind of own it and make it my own.
Yeah.
So it's like I open up doors to certain stuff that I really desire to do, and it's just like, man, just the connections with people that we're connecting to and connecting with. It's just like, God, dog, okay, we can see where this going, and then open up a whole world of different endless opportunities. So it's a lot we got coming down the pipe. So still pushing the album. Okay video featuring Rick Reed that's dropping Cinco de Mayo, May
sure.
5th. So
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
he's finishing up the edits as we speak. Bro,
Okay.
I think it's gonna hit a little different. Well, when I had a show this past weekend, Kojak hit with straight to okay. He got the list, but Kojak with dun, dun, dun. All right, y'all go. Hey, bro, no. No. That's at the end. I got him in order. 1, 2, 3. He's like, man, I don't hear nothing else. Okay. Right, I think,
Don't want to hear
man.
nothing you gotta say right now.
Hey, this is what you gonna do. You rap what I play.
I'm the DJ guy. Dog.
You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to DJ Kojak, man. That's my dog, bro. That's my dog, man. But man, just the brotherhood there, man, is just it's like our brotherhood here, dog.
Yeah.
Just like God is blessing us with a circle group of brothers that solid and just moving, man. Just trying to, establish God's kingdom.
Hey, bro, you know what? When cause you always ask us, and
No, go ahead.
cause you know how you ask us, like how is our week going and stuff like that, and he asks us that off the camera. It's not just like a podcast thing. Like we really be chopping.
Right.
Yeah, man, we've been rocking for a minute, though.
For years.
So last week
Can't
Nate
make
called
us
me,
no
right?
closer.
I'm trying to tell you, it's gumbo here.
So Nate called me last week, and he doing good. He doing good. He just ready to go.
Facts.
But you know what he said, and Nate was the second person who said this to me, and this how me and shouts out to Dustin, man. When me and Dustin chop it up, we go there too. He said, "Hey man," he said, "Hey man, how your spirit doing?" Ain't no, we good. I'm good, bro. Yeah, I'm good. No, bro.
Yeah, that surface stuff.
You know what I'm saying? One day, me and Dustin was in church. I said, bro, I said, how you doing? He said, I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good, bro. And then he said, how you doing? Then he said, but how you doing though? He said, how your heart doing? So, okay. You know what I'm saying? So last week, Nate was like, he said, bro, how your spirit doing? Bump all that. How you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm going to the. Nah, how your spirit doing, bro?
Right.
What you struggling with, bro? Like, what's going on? What you're fighting? You know what I'm saying? What you done overcame, bro? You know what I'm saying? What, you know what I'm saying? What the Lord done told you? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
Come on, dog.
what instruction he told you? What he told you to leave alone? What he told you to do, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? What correction you done felt?
Well, he went straight for the juggler.
On 10.
You know what I'm saying? What correction you done felt? But you ain't you know how they say if they're not talking about you, you ain't doing nothing. If you ain't feeling no correction, you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
You ain't doing nothing.
Right.
So you mean tell me every day you just smooth sailing? No, bro.
Just like on autopilot. Ain't no off switch.
No.
Right. Right.
No, you gotta feel some type of correction and make some type of adjustments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you need people like that in your life, though. Because like, it can get mundane. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, nah, I'm good, bro. Yeah, I'm good. Knowing you dying on the inside.
Yeah.
Knowing you about ready to punch somebody out. Or know what I'm saying? And so you need people like that. And I think,
Mm-hmm.
some of the things that, me and my wife experienced this week, I think it allowed us to kind of tap that area a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versus no, because I asked her like, babe, how you feeling? She like, you want the truth? I said, that's all I want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then da, 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 da. I was like, okay, yeah, okay, well let's deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see how we gonna do this together because you're not by yourself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly.
So you need people like that, man. And I think go ahead, dog.
Bro.
Yeah, I saw
I'm
it. Go
sorry. I'm
ahead,
sorry.
dog.
I'm sorry.
Let's
Straight from the
go.
house.
Let's go.
Straight from the
Let's
house.
go.
Bro,
Slippers and all.
like coming from the house, like it's like what's better? Is having the establishment, aka the lifestyle, better, or is having somebody to build something with, or having somebody to do life with better? You just said so you don't have to do this alone.
Yeah.
That's like,
Mm.
bro, it's animals who don't do life alone. Penguins pair together forever, or
Right.
whatever.
Mhm.
Cranes or something like that. They pair
Cranes,
together
yep.
forever.
Right.
And their brains are the size of nickels. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Way to bring
So
that home, dog. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So if
Yeah.
they don't have no
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if they can do it, why we
Yeah.
so it's like what's more important? You just said so you don't have to do this alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause you got, bro. We've been together. This year, August would be 24 years married. 24 years married. 26, I would say, 26 together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's dude, man. When I look at like the space where we are, it's a wonderful thing. But when you can, what's also a wonderful thing when you can look back on the life that you built
Mm-hmm.
that's established in the moment, but yet still look at the life that you're building to establish for a later moment.
Okay.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because 20 years ago we couldn't say that. You understand? 20 years ago we couldn't look each other and like, um, how you doing? Oh, I'm straight. I'm good. How you doing? Oh, I'm straight. I'm good. How it's the straight church answer. You know what I'm saying?
Church answer.
Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored.
And the Lord.
Oh, the Lord shall supply all of my needs according to your riches and glory, knowing you about to get your life turned on.
Yeah, for sure.
Been there, done that, dog. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing when you can look back on something that you've built. And I think what happens is a lot of time we get confused thinking we've established something and we haven't established it. We just still in the building process.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
can't. You're looking at something and you thinking it's finished, and it's like God, like no, son, you still building. Like keep going. It ain't established yet. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like you still, the pieces are still being put together.
Yeah.
The pieces are still being brought in. You still trying to deal with the 16-year-old you that you never dealt with, and you 45 now. You know what I'm saying? So now your spouse is dealing with the 16-year-old you instead of the 45-year-old you because you refuse to deal with your emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so all of that stuff, it begins to make your life. It begins to build your life. But then once it's built, that's the time it's only solidified. You can't solidify something that's still in the process of being built. And so I think a lot of times when we think we're in a place, it's just like it's just like transformation and change. It's like it's two different words, and I even thought until I had a message that I created. I had to speak for an event some years ago, and so it was like a message that just came fresh to me. So I wrote it down. I said, you know what? I think this is the perfect event for that. So I was like, I used it, and man, the audience like received it like phenomenally, and then people just coming up to me after the engagement, and so and it was through that process that I realized there was a difference between transformation and change. I'm like, and we think it's the same word, and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dang, you know when God drops something on you, man, you be like, the revelation be like, light bulb go off. That's just how that situation was. Because what he gave me was transformation is the process of change. It's not change.
Mm.
Transformation is the process of change.
Continuation.
Change is a result of the process.
So change is the finished product.
Change is the
Change is
finished
the finished
product.
product.
And so we have to get out of living a life thinking we've solidified something and you're not. You're still building something. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Right.
difference. It's just like transformation and change. No, I'm still in the process. It ain't changed yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so that's where when you're talking about building your life, man, these are the things and the intricate parts that we have to look at. And even the dark spaces, the thing that we don't want to look at. Why don't you want to go back and deal with the 16-year-old you? You're still alive.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you rob your spouse or your mate or your friend or your business partner, the best version of yourself, because you refuse to deal with something that you know that is a trigger for you.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
I
you
feel
don't
you.
want what you built to crumble down at the wrong time or at the end, and you don't catch it and reestablish it.
I think
Oh, yeah.
people don't want you feel so?
No.
I think people don't want to go back there because, bro, that stuff sometimes it can be embarrassing
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
to bring up something that was a stronghold 15 or 10 years ago, or a habit that you had that if you tell somebody, like, oh my God, if they know this, they're gonna look at me slap crazy.
Right.
So sometimes I got stuff that it's something when I this how I know Jesus' power is real. Everybody got their own thing. The last podcast, y'all, please go check it out because Mike was dropping some gems. You was talking about how you know God is real. You know from your personal experiences.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
I have I had a habit that I was dealing with. You dig what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I was asking God, I ain't got, and it was I couldn't stop it on my own. Right? I said, God, I need help with this joint. So one day I got caught up. It happened again. So I said, God, I need you to take this from me. I said, if you take it from me, I'll never do this, bro.
Mm.
Took it immediately because he know I wasn't be able to do it on my own. You know what I'm saying? There's no possible way.
Mhm.
So
And you were sincere about it.
yeah, I was sincere.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
From that moment on, I knew that okay, this thing is real.
Mhm.
Cause if you want it gone, he'll take it.
Mhm.
But you gotta want it gone.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't and you have to like repent from it.
Mhm.
Repent don't mean just say sorry. No. Repent means you turn away from that sucker and go the other
Go the
direction.
opposite direction. Yup.
You
You
repent
run.
like you Michael Jackson spin
Yeah.
and you out of there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if you don't, then you're gonna be dibbling dabbling with something that can hold you captive for real, for real.
Yeah. Yeah. It runs deep though.
Mm-hmm.
It requires you to go to a place where you don't want to go because naturally we don't want to go to a place that we don't want to think about. Why would you want to go to a place that causes you harm?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna put myself in harm's way to fix myself. What kind of sense does that make? Make that make sense, right?
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Dawg, I was watching a show on YouTube, right? And it was a husband and wife duo. And the wife moved the husband back, they pretty much went back to the family, but going back to the family, he was agitated more. He was just frustrated, always getting into it with his family members, right? And so one of his frustrations was like his wife will never let him talk. Like just here to understand me. Like so like you hear the trembling in his voice, like, I ain't wanna go back there. Like he was like, man, I was happy with just you and my 6 kids. That's it. And just to hear the when you say going back to something that harmed you, he's like, man, I don't want to revisit that because I know I'm not gonna get the truth.
Mm.
And I was just like, dang, man, because people have grown up in some crazy environments, bro,
Right.
that
Right.
that gave them things and habits and stuff that's hard to break that they never asked for in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They never asked for it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's generational. So it's just like it's our job to make sure we see that. And for those who may be struggling, like at your pace and time, I understand, but don't hold on to that because it's gonna hurt you holding on more versus letting it go. It's a freeing about letting something go that you've been dealing with for so long that you never thought you'd break, get free from. So I even think about in my own life, it's just different struggles and just like God, you listen, man. Like
Yeah.
we got taught today.
I
Like
need you.
daddy, like we got taught
I
that.
need you to push
Pop.
that button, like
You
that
see, you
button
said
right there. That
you see,
just kind of wipes that out.
hey, you see that? Take it away. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, but also God allows us some things he doesn't take away because some
Yeah.
things we have to work towards.
Right.
Like we have to show him initiation that we really want this thing taken away and that we have to be genuine about it,
Yeah.
heartfelt about it, repentive about it. Like you have to. Like there's no other way. So just take baby steps towards trying to, get towards your freedom. And just don't bite off more than you can chew. Just take it a step at a time, baby steps. You know what I'm saying? You see a whole staircase. Man, just focus on it one step at a time. You'll get there eventually. Just have the faith with it. And the right people. That's the most important thing. Have people that push you in the right direction. Because it's vital. You can't establish what people are not willing to help, contribute and build and stack on. Because you have people that'll just chip away of what you're trying to build just for the sake of they don't want you advancing.
Yeah.
Because they're bounded by something, so they can't stand to see you get free from something.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell who don't want you to advance.
Yeah. Yeah. It is, and that's why you have to. Here's the key. I think the key is you have to limit your mistakes and maximize your efforts. Maximize your efforts, but minimize your mistakes. And I think that's where you kind of find a balance, if you will, I would say, to that answer. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get to that point where you trying to decipher the real from the fake, then you definitely got to have a keen spirit of discernment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah.
And that can be a gift in certain areas with people. But just in the everyday sense, man, I think just by maximizing your efforts and minimizing your errors, I think that'll be a good way to kind of determine that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you find a snake in your circle, dog, I don't like snakes. I don't like snakes, but at the end of the day, they serve a purpose.
They sure
You
do.
know what I'm saying? They're part of the circle of life. So, um, certain snakes are protected by the government. You can't kill. Well, you're not supposed to kill them, but you know.
Yeah.
So it serves its purpose. So, without Judas, does Jesus get to where he needs to get to the cross because he was a part of the circle of life that required him to get to where he needed to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything has a learning curve. So it's just I think we just try to put ourselves in the best position to maximize what we can learn and minimize those errors. So now what I mean by that, I mean if I know there's a snake in my circle, if I know or even if I have doubt, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know if I can trust this or this situation or this dude or this girl or whatever. Then you might just have to kind of step back before you just jump all in and just kind of see how that person or that situation gonna pan out before you try to dive in. That's minimizing your your errors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna try to maximize the situation, but I'm gonna limit myself because I ain't feeling right about this situation right here, or I'm not certain about the situation, so I'm gonna move slow. So then that's me minimizing my errors and but yet at the same time still being able to maximize my efforts. You know what I'm saying? I might not be in a position to pay for everything that I need to start, my camera business, or maybe I want to start a detail business. I may can't. I told a story before early on when we first started the podcast. When I was 16, I got my first car, I think. And man, everybody riding around the neighborhood. They got the music in the car. They got the rims and stuff. I had put music in my car. That'd be a nice sound system. But I never got the rims. Dad gave me a plan to get the rims, but because I wanted the rims the way I wanted to get the rims, I never got the rims.
Yep.
Because Dad was like, "Well, son, It's like, well, if you want the rims, well, just when you get paid, just buy one rim at a time. But to me, that didn't make sense because I wanted to ride
Impatient.
around. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? I wanted like get my 4 reels, take them and put them on. I ain't trying to buy one, set them over in the shed. Buy another set in
Yeah.
the shed. It didn't. But guess what happened? I never got those reels. So it's like you maximizing your efforts, minimize your errors is you're building. You know what I'm saying? It takes you to build before something gets established. So it's like, dang, I should have just went on ahead and did what Pop said and bought the one rim. If I'd have did that, because I could have did that. I could
Yeah.
have just set a certain amount of money aside to buy the one rim each paycheck. But I didn't want to do that because I'm looking at the big picture. So you might have to start out with a piece here and then or a camera lens here or some washcloths here and pressure washer here. You start small and then you build. Cause that's what life is about. Life is about building, man. The establishment is the establishment part. I mean, it's done, it's finished. But to me, it's like the beauty is in the building.
I don't know. Cause look to the side.
He coming from the house, y'all.
From the house. But no, like some people are builders and some people are establishers. So for the ones who are builders, once they build, they establishing what they do. Right.
I got you.
So for the establishers, once they get done establishing, they build like one of my favorite TV channels to watch. I don't watch much TV, right? So I try to limit that. But when I do watch TV with grandma, cause moms be gone, man. Me and grandma be grandma like when I make her coffee, and she supposed to drink water, so I give her water. But then when mom's leave, I give her extra coffee. So I give her what she wants sometimes. So so she be having coffee and cookies, and I be eating food. I just watch TV with her. So I like watching HGTV. They be buying houses and fixing them and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like to watch that too.
You know what I'm saying? So
That'd be nice.
we got the people who they come in, they build the walls, they knock walls out. But then towards the end, the person who comes in and actually makes it look beautiful so it can sell. So we got the people who put the walls up, and then we got the person who turned into something. You can have the building all day, but if it don't look appealing, if it's not functionable, it's not gonna do nothing.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Yeah, great point to make.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got
insight.
we got two types of people.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think that we gotta understand: are you a builder or
You're a builder or
establisher?
Yeah.
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 Are you a
Yeah.
builder or establisher? You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad. You know
That's
what? I'm
good.
glad you made that point. Yeah, that's
That's
good
good.
because that
Yeah.
reminds me of what TD said a while back. And it actually helped me because I found myself getting frustrated in certain phases of my life or certain phases of projects that I would be doing and working
Yeah.
on. And TD Jakes had said something to the nature of this fact that he found himself getting like frustrated and like things like he would be doing stuff and then he would just get like stuff would just kind of get chaotic and then he would get agitated and then but he something I don't know if God had spoke to him or he just realized that I think he was more so an establisher, I guess we'll say. Because okay, let's come in. But for the sake of this segment, but I think in what he said was he was a creator.
Right.
So basically, what he would come in and create the idea, create the blueprint, and then put people in charge to get it going, and then boom, he moving on to the next plan. Then he'll do the same thing, and then boom, now he's creating something. He said it streamlined his life a whole lot. I said, man, God, thank God I'm listening to this. I said, that's it. That's it. I need to do what he's doing because I love to create stuff. And then I find myself getting frustrated in the building process.
Yeah.
When I'm an establisher to kind of like, you know what I'm saying, and just going on to the next phase. So it was like that was really eye opening for me to realize that it's like, man, okay, so now I need to figure out how to get people to come together for the purpose of the project, the plan, the purpose for which God gave me this idea, let it run its course, and then wash my hands and okay, y'all run that over there. God just dropped something else on me. I got to go over here now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that helped me. That helped me a whole lot. So I hope that it helped people out there. That maybe I think this good, man. Good pod tonight, man. Yeah. Are you an establisher or are you a builder?
And sometimes it goes back and forth. Like, look,
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, like, yo, son, okay, I know you want to build this, and that's cool, and it's gonna get built. It's gonna be beautiful, but I need you to establish this first, so this can be built. And then once you establish this, now we can build this.
Establish the foundation.
And then they come along and establish what you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to. You know what I'm saying?
You killed her though.
You feel me?
Keep coming from the house, dog. Keep coming from the house.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might have to do this first and then so you can build that. Because
Yep.
like I can't put this person in your hand if this is not ready yet.
Right.
I can't do that. I
Because
can't
they're going
do
to take
that.
it to the next level.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I can't do that until this is ready yet. I can't. I can't do that.
So would you say that you're both?
Yeah. I think
At certain phases of life.
certain
right?
phases of life, yo, it's our job to know where we're at.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
this your establishing stage or your building stage?
Yeah.
Because you can't do both at the same time.
Mm-mm.
You cannot do both at the same time. You
Right.
can get burnt out. I've never seen HDTV. I've never seen it. I've never seen the person who paint on the roof putting shingles. I've never seen it.
Right.
Like, why? Get a crew for that. Look, I told Faith the other day. She said, "Well, my car something." I said, "Look," I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Straight from the house like that.
I said, I'm not finna sit here and be like, I'm a car guru. I'm the guy that's how much do it cost? Let's just-
Right.
You're
That's
the
my-
establisher then.
That's me.
That's my calling.
Yeah.
Like, not if the tire.
Established that I am not a mechanic.
Yeah. He's stupid. And I'll put that up straight
You
front.
change
Like,
the all.
yeah, like, he's stupid. If the tire blow on the side of the road, that's easy peasy. You know what I'm saying? That's
Change the
easy.
tire. I can check the oil.
But I'm not the guy that be like, yeah, put the carburetor with it. No, how about let's get it towed there, pay him to tow it, and how much it costs? That's my call. Then let's just pay for it and make sure it's done right. You know what I'm saying?
Use the carburetor
I'll drink
accelerator.
to that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like which one, and I think at different times you play different roles.
Yeah.
At different times you play different roles. Like if you a guy, you have to build something. Once you build something, the woman comes along and she establishes. You have to have the right person to establish it now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you put the wrong person in, it's gonna tear down everything.
Yep.
You ever seen somebody hammering, and then the hammer goes straight through the wall? You ain't
Yep.
even trying to find it. You just
It's
tearing
just
up junk, yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen somebody
tear the whole
hang
wall off,
hang
yeah.
the TV be crooked?
Mm-hmm.
That ain't your calling, big dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let IKEA do it. For real.
Just paid a little extra.
Yeah, just pay the extra.
Right. Yeah. And that's good. Y'all went that way because you become different things in different seasons of your life. But things change and you change. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, me and my wife will be together 24 years. And it's so crazy. Pastor called me a couple of weeks ago, and we just having a casual conversation.
Yeah.
And then that's why it's great to know. The Bible says, "Know those that labor among you." Man, that's why it's good to know your circle. And so, me and him been very close, for a long time, serving up under him. So I know him, and when I know where he goes, and I'm like, oh, I said, but he done tapped in. He ain't talking just to be talking right now. Cause we could be in a general conversation, and then you just cause I've been around him long enough, I know when it went left. Like, okay, he done tapped something. Now this ain't just no conversation. All right, God, I'm listening.
Yeah.
And so he just started talking, and he was just like, man, he said, man, don't be surprised. Like, he said, you just let it happen. He said, don't be surprised. Like some of the areas where you normally was strong in, now your wife is actually stronger in those areas than you are, and vice versa. There'll be some areas where she was normally stronger in, but now you're stronger in. She said, y'all just let it flow. And it was funny because me and her was just having that conversation.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, different times of your life. So no matter whether you're talking about marital relationships or just relationships in general, business relationships, you're constantly becoming a new version or a better version of yourself.
But it's funny you say that because one of my favorite and most delicate relationships that I have in my life is a relationship with my son Rain.
Yeah.
So when I'm seeing him becoming a person who he like now he got dreads now, like he got the dreads on top, he dreading up, he locking up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So he doing his thing with that. He gonna be in high school later on this year, ninth grade. So and I'm seeing who he's hanging around. I'm seeing the conversations that me and him are having. I'm seeing his swag change, his clothes. When he walk around the neighborhood, who said what's up to him, how he respond. I'm seeing how the girls respond to him now and stuff like that. I'm seeing how him and his mom relationship is, like when I go get him and stuff, and how she be all up on him. He be like, "Oh, mom, come on, mom." You know
Yeah.
what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Stuff
That
like
phase
that.
line.
Yeah, that phase now, but not too much though, cause mom don't play that. You would give me a hug. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm saying like, okay, now maybe the version of myself that I thought I need to become, maybe I need to become something else because I see where he's headed. Maybe it's not about if I get on the stage or not. Maybe it's about really who I'm turning into. Maybe the dollar amount of what I bring in a year might not matter because I'm seeing if he has any drop of what I have, and he does, right? Because that's my son. And if I gave him back to the Lord when I as a baby when he was a baby like I did, so that means he's God's child, and God got a plan for his life as well. So if God got a plan for his life, then maybe my character need to be as best as it can be. So whatever God does with his life, I can just be the Scottie Pippen to God's Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
The B2S podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R8 28 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to stop your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe my job is to be, God, you know what? Because you going to be a way better father than I am. So let me be the best wingman as I can be for whatever details you need me to help this young man with so he can bring forth the fruit in his life as he needs to.
That's it. Oh,
That's it.
that's it. That's a great analogy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
maybe the money, maybe the 6-figure salary, maybe I might not even need the 6-figure salary. That might seem crazy. Like, what you mean? Maybe in order for him to turn into the top version of himself, maybe I might even need that. But maybe I need to be really committed to the calling of my life and really be disciplined in certain areas and establish who I'm supposed to be. You good? And establish who I'm supposed to be, living by God's nature, by God's law, so I can be cut different, so I can help him like really live different and be different and think different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking, like, dang, I kind of see, God, I don't know what you're gonna do with his life, but I see you got something for his life. And it looked different from my life because me and him are not the same individual. You know what I'm saying? But I know my role is gonna be very important. But 9 times out of 10, I think now this is me just looking at him and just looking how he's responding to everybody, how people look up to him. I'm like, man, maybe all this success I'm trying to attain and chase don't got nothing to do with what's gonna help him get to where his next place in life. Really.
Well, I see where you're coming from.
I mean, you see what I'm saying?
I see exactly where you're coming from. I think what it is the best version that you can be for God should always be the best version that you can be for somebody else.
Right. There you go.
You know what I'm
That's on.
saying?
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they're watching you and how you handle stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
we still have to be able to explain certain intricate parts that they may not know because they're looking from a half lens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
especially like dealing with your situation, like
Mm-hmm.
y'all, you open, you share stuff with Rain, but you don't share everything with Rain.
No.
And so that's when you have to step in and cause see, here's the thing, right? You haven't honestly, like right now where you're headed, you haven't established anything because this is a new era for you.
Right.
So now you're a builder right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yep.
like it's gonna have to be like certain conversations are gonna be have to be had because some of the decisions you made, he don't know why you made those decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it comes to a place where he's in the same boat, then you can kind of say, well, son, I made this decision because I made this decision. Now you don't have to do that.
Right.
It kind of like the story. If I can remember, if I can get it right, it's like when the mom when the daughter would always cook dinner with Thanksgiving dinner with the mama, and then they get to the point where they get to the ham. They get ready to cook the ham. Get ready to put the ham in the pan, and then what happened is she cuts the end of the ham off, and then just tosses it in the garbage, and then just puts it in the oven, goes by her business. So one year, because they did this every year, that was their tradition. You know, mom and daughter, they do the cooking. You know, get that part. She chops the end of the ham off, puts it in the thing. So this one particular year, daughter finally asked, she's like, "Well, mom," she's like, why do you always cut the end of the ham off?" And you know, it's like I don't see nothing wrong, you know, with it, blah blah blah. So she's like, "I don't know. I saw my mom do it, so she taught me how to cook it. So that's what I did." Okay. So well, that wasn't a good enough answer for the daughter, so the daughter went to grandma. So grandma said, so she goes to grandma, so like, hey, you know, my man, mom, we have our tradition. We cook Thanksgiving dinner and we get to the ham, and I notice she always cuts the end part of the ham and she tosses it. So, but she said she did it because you did it. Is there any particular reason why you did it? She was like, well, baby, yeah. My pan wasn't big enough for the ham, so I had to chop part of it off.
Wow.
That's what we call unexplained legacy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but the pan, back then we didn't have, that. We didn't have what we have now. We only had what we had. And so back then I had to chop the end of the ham off in order for it to fit in the pan. So all these years they're wasting good meat because nobody never took the time to find out why you do what you do. And so, that's kind of like the season, you're entering. And so you're gonna have to have a conversation with him. He may want to respectfully challenge you on something like that. I know when I was trying to get you to do this and you didn't do this. So but I'm trying to do this, So you may have to have that conversation at some point. You know what I'm saying? So because you realizing you're in the building phase, in this phase of your life, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so they said, well, son, this is and so that it's funny, bro. I hadn't been remember that story in a long time, so I believe God brought that back to my mind. And that situation just triggered it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's that's part of life. You know what I'm saying? It's just being the best version that God wants us to be. Because if we're the best version that God wants us to be, you think you would be the best version for somebody else because you're trying to please Him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I just see, cause I see what I kind, I just see it like, man, my man's finna be something great. You know what I'm saying? Like I see it on his life. So and I'm like, you know what? Maybe all this trying to get all this other stuff, that ain't really that important. What's important is when he coming to you, to make a life decision, what you got in your Roth IRA is not gonna help him with that decision.
Right. Yeah. It's just it's exposing him to
You know what I'm saying?
He's just exposing him to him.
When the female done broke his heart and he needs some advice, what stocks I got in Apple and in Ford is not gonna help heal his heart.
Yeah. Yeah. But and the truth that goes back to what you said earlier too, dog.
What's that?
Being what you need to be at the time you need to be.
For sure.
Because at the same time you're building, and so in your building process that those are still areas in his life he need to learn about, but just not in that moment.
Yeah, not in that moment, of course.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
because
Yeah.
when he say daddy, like he called me the dad, I need a when he need 400 for a book, prayers ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like I understand that. Like you know what I'm saying. When his
Let me go to
mom,
my prayer closet.
yeah, yeah. So let me pray about it. Daddy, you tripping? Give me the 500. I need it. Like you tripping?
Hold on.
Like some convo they don't talk about it. You need
Whoop,
what?
almost got it.
Like
Let me pray about it.
yeah, we pray about it. Love.
Pump your brakes.
Like you need what? Okay, we ain't gotta talk. Like just
Yeah.
like somebody hit me the other day. Like I need something. I ain't even respond. I just check your cash app. Ain't no going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
This what I can do for you. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no going. It's daddy. I need. Okay. Tell your mom to check her cash app. Period. Ain't no going back and forth with certain stuff because
Right.
Right.
finances handle certain stuff.
Certain things, just it is what it
Exactly.
is.
But the finances, when your heart is heavy, you
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
When somebody grieving, it ain't no.
Mm-hmm.
You feel
That's
me?
when the
Like
real you show up.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you gotta.
Mhm.
Are you establishing something? Or are you building something?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Sometimes
good.
you build something for somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you building hope for somebody else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to step in somebody else's world and establish faith.
Mm-hmm.
They have to see what it look like. They gotta feel what it look like. They gotta, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta know it's tangible.
Yeah, I know it's tangible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. And all those things are important, man, because dog, man, life be lifing.
All the way across the board.
He said, "Life be life," and they do.
They do.
You do.
Yeah.
All the way across the board.
Yeah. It's like you gotta it sometimes it's almost like Russian roulette, though. It's like sometimes you don't know what to be when it's time to be what you need to be.
Bruh, today I was talking to my coworker. I'm sorry, dog.
You good.
I mean, like, today I talked to my coworker, right? So one of my coworkers, she just became a coder. So
What's
that's
that?
a coder is a certified occupational therapy assistant.
Oh, okay.
So, and I ain't finna say where she got her job at and stuff, but we was chopping it up, and she was like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, are you gonna want to go further, be a OT one day and stuff like that?" You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "Well, you know what? This is what the Lord led me to right here. I feel like I was led to, being a coder. So I think I'm gonna just work here, and then if He leads me in another direction, then I." As she was talking, in my head, I was like, "How you know He led you there?"
Hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know, I know we all spiritual. I know we gotta know, what Lord direct you, but people be asking like, how do I know if like how do you know He led you there? Like how do you know where He lead you at? Like it's just like I said, cause she said that confident.
Mm-hmm.
She said this is where the Lord led me at, and so I was like, well, how you know He led you there? Like how do you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if how do you know this one I'm supposed to be? I be thinking about something. I know people
Right.
people think that they're not finna say that stuff because once you say that type of stuff, then that makes you feel like, oh, you must not be praying and reading. No, big dog. No, I ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Please don't go there with me. But cause people inside you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you're not where you're supposed to be. No, I'm in the vein. Trust me. But when she was talking, I was like, how you know He led you there? Like, how do you know? I don't know. I don't know.
You know how you have certain experiences and encounters. You just know.
Yeah, okay. Please tell me.
Like even for me at the hospital, I know I'm planted there. Versus with my first job, I've been planted there, but I know there's going to be a shift, a transition. Hey, man. Yes. A shift.
I'm gonna spit that out. Yeah.
don't spit it this way.
Yeah, I feel you.
Look to your neighbor to the left.
Yeah, I feel you.
Look to your neighbor to the right.
Yeah, I feel you.
There's two ways.
Yeah, I feel you.
I slide.
But like even with the cause like even with the hospital job, like even how you help set that up.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I ain't heard from him for a month. I was just like, well, if it's Lord's will, it'll happen. You know, I just put it on the shelf and kept by my business. And then the following month, she called me. And you was telling me how she was already liked it,
Bro.
my spirit already. So I was just like,
You
okay.
had the job before you even, bro.
Before you
They
know
was
what
in
I'm
love with
saying?
him before he even walked in the building, bro. No, that's no exaggeration. That's not boosting him up. You have to give flowers and roses where they're due. You have the, and I have to get. I don't know. I don't care. I give people their roses and their flowers, bro. You have a phenomenal. You have your personality is golden, and it's just something special, bro. Just to be just to encounter a person like you, to where it's genuine. It's always on the same energy, and even when he has to correct the atmosphere, he tries to do it in a loving and respectful manner, to where, for one, it doesn't tarnishes God's and who God is, and it doesn't bring him out of his character, and he tries not to bang up your character too bad at the same time, and not bang your character up, but he trying to
Yeah, got you.
Right.
but
Got you.
just by them talking on the phone, she was in love with him by phone conversations. Just by phone, like, oh, she was telling the other employees about your personality. They was already ready to meet you. And you know the first thing they said, right? First thing she said was, he do Kevin Hart impressions. First thing they-
That's it. It was a fire trail after that.
Yeah, for
Every time I
sure.
turn around.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Kevin? It's like, hey, listen, shut up. See what you're not gonna do.
Oh, bro. Look. Today in the hallway, bro. So I'm leaving the ED. What's your boy with the dreads? He got dreads. He said,
Who? Marcus?
nah, another guy. Light skinned guy with dreads. He with the white forces. Look. He said, hey, bro, you split shifts? I said, bro, I'm not Napoleon, bro.
Bars.
He said, oh, snap. He said, cause remember last week? He's stupid. Look, he said, look, cause last week he said, look, last week, bro, look, he said, he walked up on me. He said, damn, bro, you cut the fro? I was like, he said, damn, bro, you cut the beard? I was like, and then he said, and then I was in a rush, so I couldn't tell him that wasn't you. I was in a rush, so I couldn't tell him I wasn't you. So today, he said, dang, bro, you switch shifts? I said, bro, I meant to tell you last week. I'm not the police. He
See what
said,
happened was.
he said, dang. I was like, yeah. He thought it was you, bro. He thought it was you. He said, man, y'all look alike. I said, bro, I know, we get it all the time.
Oh, God.
Bro, I can really tell just with like different experiences there. Just even, praying to myself, for patience or somebody I may have seen or been transporting. Like there's a couple from my church that was there last night, and I ain't even turned the corner 2 seconds. Is that Junior?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, just like an ostrich with his head out the sand. Hey, is that Junior? I was like, how you know it's me? I was like, I got the mask on and everything. It's like, oh, the Lord sent you.
Straight up.
Dog, I was laughing so hard. And so Tiffany was like, hey, you want to take her back to her room? I was like, yeah, I'll take her. So we just conversating. And then, we get back to her room, talk a little more. It's just like, this was just a divine assignment. Just like, you made my night. You literally made my night. And I'm not just telling you that. Like, you made my night. Like, your smile it just lights up my world. I was just like, well, thank you. It just things like that, encounters like that, lets you know God planted you there. When you have different encounters, I'm talking like continuous, just crazy dope encounters that you know, and you could just feel God's presence in the hospital, bro. I'm just be 100 with you, just
Yeah.
because I feel him with me, and then I could just see how bright the room gets. I could just feel it. It's light. It's just such a presence that's there. You can't help but notice it. And it's just like to see from being there a year and just seeing how things progress and transpire and just I just try to love on everybody. And it's 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 a beautiful feeling to know where you're planted and what you're building. So like there I know I'm building because I was in my season of establishing, but now I'm in my season of building. And still, waiting for God to bring the people to establish what I built over here. But I know there I'm building because they have to see a representation,
So
a consistent representation, not a like one moment you see this person talking about church. Like we had many church God conversations in the break room, but it's just like then you see the person and it's just like, dang, bro, you just flip the switch like day and night. And it's just like you could tell they try to fit in just to fit that mold, but I don't do that. It's just like, okay, gotcha, God.
Yeah.
so
They need to see someone consistent.
So for the people, all right, because I know people gonna like, how do I know? So for the people in my YouTube channel, 'cause I know you, I already know how you get. 'Cause stuff like this, you be like kind of like boom boom, you know what I'm saying? So for the people, how can you tell? And for me too, how can you just for everybody, like from your perspective, how can you tell when you're in the building stage and when you're in the establishing stage? Like how can one tell the difference between the stages that they're in?
That's a good question. Building wise, there's a lot more preparation. Building wise, there's a lot more work that requires than the establishing phase. Because for me, so let's say for example, my label, No Grind, No Glory. I was in the building stages in Real World Records days. But now that I'm outside of Real World Records, I have something that's established that I'm still building on because I'm adding to it. So that's how I know per se, and that's just like in life in general. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're good at, whatever you're gifted at, whatever you called to, it's just some things you just have to be in a season to where it may just be you by yourself. You're building, you're observing your environment, you're discerning. That's pretty much what discernment is. You're observing what's going on around you, and you see things are changing and shifting. And some things you ain't gonna agree with, some things you will. It's just you just know where you are in the season. So for me, I know I'm still building, and I just knew immediately. Like when I shifted from there to there, I just like, okay, now I gotta establish something here. Like that was props thing. I was helping building what he already established there. I was adding on too. So now what I learned from there, I just came over here, built it on my own here, and then established the blueprint of this is what this is. And that's just how I know.
So your platform there became your foundation here. Yeah.
Because that's what it should do. It should continue to propel to do more and continue to be another greater version, like you say, of yourself.
Right.
It's always involvement. It's always improvement. There's always adjustments. Like you always have to make some type of form of adjustment. I don't care what season you're in, because it's gonna be something that you're like, yeah, I need to tighten up right here on this. And there's some things I need to tighten up on this season too. You know what I'm saying? I just know. And it's just being more sitting with yourself too, and being real with yourself, and be like, yeah, I need to do better in this area. Because how can you continue to build and establish something if you're not really being real with what you're building? When you're building something, you have specific measurements. And if those measurements don't line up with what you're building, it'll never be established. It's the blueprint. Everybody has a blueprint. But what is the similarity to every blueprint? Measurements.
Dang, that's good. That's bars. Dang, that's good.
Measurements. I don't care what blueprint you have to know your numbers. You have to know the measurement, the inches. What okay, you got a 2x2 board, 4x4, like everything is different from what you're building, but it all works together. All things work together. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple, dog.
That's what it is. You know what I'm
Stamped, signed, sealed, and delivered.
saying? That's what it is.
Execution over executions. No
For
cap.
sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
that was good. Dog. I think he took that, dog.
Yeah, I mean that's why I be
Yeah.
coming to
Yeah,
I
that's good.
bro, I know I be spitting stuff out, but I be wanting to hear I'm YouTube,
But no, we all have our
yeah.
different perspectives. That's what
Yeah.
makes us us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's what make even our private conversations some of the best conversations we'll ever have.
Yeah.
And more
You know
richer.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
So,
sure, yeah.
but yeah, that's good, man. And just to add my piece on that, the building is you're collecting and gathering. You know what I'm saying? You're pulling things here from there. You know, you're putting this together. You're doing that together. And then just like Dub said, it's still even when you come to the point where you establish something, that's solidified. But then you're still building because you're constantly building phases upon certain areas that you've even already established. Because the human mind. Listen, I look at it this way: if I'm not growing, I'm dying. Because this world is constantly evolving. So I can't just say, well, I built something and then just let it sit there. Just like a building, if I don't take care of the building, it's gonna rot. If I don't take care of my house, it's gonna rot. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same. I look at it as kind of like the same concept, same thing. If I don't nurture my relationship, it's gonna rot. If I don't date my wife, my relationship gonna rot. It's gonna get stale. You know what I'm saying? If I don't change for the better, the relationship is gonna rot. Just in itself, just because man, I'm the same guy I was 20 years ago. Something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even business wise, I don't want to be the same guy I was 20 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to still be using the same equipment. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's quality equipment, just and it just happens to last that long, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
that's fine. But there's just certain things you're gonna have to change with the change. With the turns of time, you just certain things you're gonna have to get involved with. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that I do now that I don't want to do. It goes with the hands of time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't really the only reason I initially got on social media because the homie was like, "Bro, man, Mike, you need to get on Facebook." Like, man, I ain't studying on Facebook, dog.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, "Man, I got in contact with my classmate," and that's how he got me because I hadn't seen like none of my classmates in like years, and so that's how he got me. You know, and then like a lot of stuff now is trying to make the world a better place. I'm always posting, business, my motivational stuff, business scriptures, trying to, shed light in dark places. So that's like pretty much where I'm on there even now. Because if I didn't have to be on there, because I know it's a part of everything now. It's like you can't have a business and not be on social media. It's like, I mean, you can, but it's just like unheard of now because it's so much a part of branding and letting people know who you are, what you represent, and what you do. To it's like that's the space where quote unquote everybody's at. Dude, oh man, the cat that you bought the t-shirt business package from,
Dante's Apple.
Dante,
Yeah, he everywhere, bro.
dog. I got an email today. Like that ain't me, dog. I'm just like at some point we got to stop the madness. That's just like I said. That's just me. That's just me. Like he sent like the email is straight AI, dog.
Yeah, I saw it too.
It turned me so far off. I'm like, you know what? We just going too far with certain stuff. It's just certain stuff just don't need to be dealt with. Like, why am I watching a fake person talk to me? I mean, he looked just like him, but
Yeah.
the roboticism of it, it was just such a turnoff.
Yeah.
I just listened to like 2 seconds and I deleted the whole email. I don't even care what he had to say. It could have been beneficial. It's like it's just I just have to set those boundaries in my life, dog. It's like what makes me that may work for him.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying, like you saying,
Yeah.
like both saying, But what works for me is I'm tangible.
Yeah.
I want to touch, feel, Dude, I spoke to a group of kids one night, and the same group I was telling y'all about. I had went and watched them play that night. So I'm sitting there chopping it up with the coaches and some of the administrators, and a couple of the kids run over. They see me, and they run over, and so they just listening to the conversation. So we just talking, and then one of the kids was like, "Man, man." It's like, hey, your message, man, it like help me get through this game. Like, I was like, well, cool, dope, man. And we just sitting there talking, and then the other kid just grabs me and hugged me out of the blue. Just like no warning, didn't say nothing. Just like he just grabbed me and he's like, man, thank you. Like, dude, that's me, dog. Forget AI. I'll use it for whatever I need to do. I'm with automated stuff. I send math.
Yeah,
But
right.
it's
Even with the automated stuff, it's primarily you because you're
you know what I'm
giving them
saying?
your thought process and how
Yeah.
you feel about the people that check
Yeah.
out your brand. There's just some stuff I just won't shy away from. For one, it make you lazy.
Yeah.
For two, it make you dependent upon that. And
Yeah.
when that is gone, what
you
happens
got?
then?
Yeah. Yep.
You lose everything. If you don't, the old saying, you don't use it, you
You
lose
lose
it.
it.
Too many people getting comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Too many. I was like, no, it's just some stuff I just got to stay sharp on.
Yeah.
Period. I ain't wavering from.
Yeah.
I can easily adapt and customate it to my brand and what I need to do.
Yeah.
I'm always going to take things in that'll evolve and take my brand to the next level. But it's just some things I just can't. I just can't rock with.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah. Yeah. Certain things don't need to be built. You just need to let them stay where they at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's that dog. That jump blew me. I'm like, dang, he look real.
Yeah, he looked just like him.
It looked just like him, but then it was like the roboticism. I'm like, nah, that's a no go for me, Click.
Yeah, I had watched the whole thing. The reason why I watched the whole thing was because you hear everybody talking about AI. They're like it's gonna take over the world. For one, let me just make a short, sweet disclaimer. AI is not. If Jesus coming back, AI is gonna be out of there. So it don't matter. Period. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
AI is already it's already out there. I mean, nothing you can do about it. It's gonna be here, but you just it's just like when you're building material. You have to pick up what you need and build with the tools that you need, and that's your life. That's their life, because you can't stop it.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be here, but you just have to find, just like anything else, you have to find, is it beneficial for your journey and where you're going?
Yeah, you gotta find out what fit in your puzzle.
Exactly. And if it don't fit in your personal journey, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay.
I had watched it because you hear everybody talk about it.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I'm gonna watch this thing. And it looked just like him.
It looked just like it.
But when he went to talking, it sounded like a robot.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, okay. So AI it do make people it do make stuff really fast for people and stuff like that. But it's not a human. It's not close to a human.
No. And for what whatever you guys got out there, at the end of the day, y'all have to do what works best for y'all.
Yeah.
And so don't take certain things that we say for face value, but at the end of the day, just take some of the nuggets that we dropped, and be able to help whatever. That's all we do. We just we want to help. We want to help the people.
That's
For sure.
it, man. That is it.
Yeah.
Dub. Last words?
Continue building. It's just simple and plain. Continue building until the time is meant for you to be established. I think sometimes we get ahead of ourselves thinking we should be established now when we haven't finished building what we started on. And sometimes we just look over there just like, I got to finish that, but I don't feel like it. You can have your moments. You can have your days. You can slow down, but don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Continue building what needs to be built so it can be established.
There you go.
Continue building what needs to be built so it can be established.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we laughing at me, man?
You know, when I thought about when you was talking about the established, I thought about just our city, how it just continues to build, and so many people move here, and now what has been built has been established, and they still building on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They building more positions for me to do our work, but they established.
They establishing no more money.
Preach, preacher, preacher. Glory,
I need you to establish my pockets.
Yeah. Y'all want to inflate, but don't want to pay. What was that? I had $10.
And on that note, I think we gonna end that.
I'll drink to that.
That's a great way to close out, man.
Stupid.
Man, I love y'all, man.
I stand by. I love you too, big
I
bro.
love you too.
Oh man, but yeah, man. We hope y'all enjoyed tonight, man. Hey, Dub couldn't have closed it out no better, man. And it's just like the commercial says, like if you build it, they will come.
Facts.
And on that note, we're gonna get up out your way, man. We thank y'all for tuning in once again to the Blueprint to Success podcast. Remember, we'll see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you'll have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. God bless y'all, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.